Hey, all you zealots and zerglings, it's time for a 2 versus 2 on the map Discord 4. I'm not sure why they call it Discord 4. It kind of makes me wonder what happened to Discords 1, 2, and 3. It's the kind of thing that keeps me up at nights. Now, I'm not in this game. This is a game replay sent to me by my buddy Contrarian, who is the Teal Protoss here down in the south. And his ally is NightClone, the Purple Protoss. Their opponents are Tyler, the Red Terran, and Seldrent, the Blue Zerg, a race after my own heart. Now, this is a very interesting 2v2 map. You have a pretty wide, a pretty large common base with just kind of a small ramp here at the front. Now this is an easily obtained but kind of hard to defend expansion, but it's the only one accessible from your base. If you want to get if you're both of you need to expand, you either got to come over here and take this base, which is pretty far away and has got an extra attack path to it, or you got to come to the center and take the gold, which is always a huge target, or come way over here and take this one. Although you know the opponents could take that one, so it could be really interesting. And oh, looks like we're getting a Mothership Rush from NightClone. Kind of wish he hadn't told us that. It kind of spoils the surprise. But I guess that's the only way he can communicate with Contrarian, unless they have some sort of voice chat, which I don't think they did at the time of this cast, or at the time of this game. Not this cast, the cast is now, and who knows what they have right now. We're going to get a scout here from Tyler, who's of course going to instantly see this and read this as, oh, Mothership Rush. Oh, and we have an early expand for Seldrent, because that is just what Zerg like to do. Wow, a very early expand. Does he have any buildings down? No, is this a 12 or a 13 hatch, maybe? That is ridiculously early expansion, if you ask me. And it looks like Contrarian just scouted and being chased down by a drone. And he's in a spot in an early pool, which is going to be helpful for the... Here comes the pool and the gas, but it's going to be helpful for a tech rush if they're not going to be expecting any early Zerglings. Although they could easily wall this off and not have to worry about it, and it looks like that is what Contrarian is working on. He's getting a cybernetics core there, and it looks like he is going to leave just a little bit of a hole right there, and we will chase this drone off, and soon he will get the zealot here. Oh, please don't tell me. Oh, and he's supply blocked, so this zealot is going to sit here wherever it is zealots warp in from and be like, hey, I thought we started this warp in an hour ago. Come on, I got things to do on Discord 4. I can't stand these delays. Every time I travel, it's the same thing. And we are having the Stargate here for NightClone, so soon he will be able to start his first mothership, although he will still have to get a fleet beacon after this. And of course, Contrarian is going to have to be the designated get a huge army so we don't die, which, as I've heard in 2v2, is kind of the way you play it. You got to have one person that dies as slowly as possible while the other guy's able to build up his forces, his economy, his tech, whatever it is. And Contrarian really needs to, I think, move the zealot back here, because I don't think this is tight. I think some Zerglings could sneak around that, and if you put the zealot here, although I don't know how that works exactly. If you put the zealot here on hold position, they still might be able to slip through, and we are going to get a scan here. He's not going to see much. I mean, you're going to expect gateway core from a Protoss 5 minutes into the game, so he's not going to see much right there. Oh, he is going to see no army, and that could tell him some things. Because you're usually going to keep your army somewhere near the front of your base, or out on the map. So for all I know, there's an attack coming, but he's got a decent wallet of his own. He is researching stim. I guess I could get the production tab up there, and we're getting 3 spine crawlers. Is he getting those at his expansion? He is getting them at his expansion. Not a bad choice. Because, as I've said it a million times before, if the army is at your front door, it is too late to build spine crawlers. And so he is taking that advice to heart, and we are getting a ping here. Oh, and we got the mothership on the way. It's still another 140 seconds away from completion, so I don't know why he's queuing up that probe, because he's got it's not a long line in front of him, but it's like that person in front of you in line that has all the problems. They have like, you know, 50 coupons, and oh, I think I've got some extra. I think I've got exact change here. Let me dig through my my purse for half an hour. So yeah, that probe is gonna have to wait. And did he get Tyler got a scout in here? How did Contrarian allow a scout in here? Unless this SCV was already here, how did he let a scout in? And what have they seen? What have they seen? Oh, they've seen the fleet beacon. They have absolutely seen the fleet beacon. And, you know, if I were the Zerg, I would be throwing up a... He's got a lair. I'd be throwing up a Spire right now. Because you're going to get carriers and motherships. It's the only thing you're going to see with a fleet beacon. And corruptors are the answer to that, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, you could get Hydralisks, but you get bad positioning. Plus, the carrier's got some pretty good range. Or throw it on... Do we have a starport? Starport and Vikings would also be a good response to this, but we're not seeing it. They know... They see the fleet beacon. Vikings and corruptors. That's the response. That's what you need. But they're not... Yeah, they're not getting it. And the mothership is almost done. Let's watch this warp, and you don't often get to see a mothership coming. And here she comes. Oh, and a big lag as the mothership cloaks everything in sight. And the carrier production has now begun. Let's go. So, yeah, as they slowly crawl the mothership at its blistering 1.41 movement speed. And gotta be careful. I almost want to have an observer to send ahead of this, but I guess he doesn't have the tech for an observer. Just kind of see... Oh, well, I guess Contrarian could have an observer. And NightClone's going to be taking the expansion. He probably needs it to keep up his carrier tech, which he's got 2 in production right now. And what is Contrarian moving out with? He's got a few Stalkers and Zealot and Sentries. Not a lot here. So I'm not really sure if this mothership's going to turn the tide, but... We're getting a roach warrant for Seldrent, which is absolutely the wrong response to a mothership. Oh my goodness, this could be an absolute slaughtering. And do we have just 2 barracks for Tyler? No, 3 barracks for Tyler. And they're getting a roach warrant. Oh, this is going to be awful. I don't even think I can bear to watch. Could you guys... Oh, did they just scan the mothership? It's irrelevant right now. Yeah, I'm sure his 7 Marauders are going to do wonders. Oh, 8 Marauders are going to do wonders against a mothership. And there's some nice spine crawlers. And do they have detection there? Nope, I don't know. They must have had a scan. Did he actually try to close the door to keep the mothership from getting in? I'm trying to figure this out. And we need to keep the mothership here to keep things cloaked. And a vortex would just be awesome right now. Throw down a vortex. Throw down a vortex. No, they're going to try to focus down the mothership. Oh, and look at the drain. Oh, and there's because of a clutch vortex. Can the mothership get away? No, the mothership does not get away. Oh, so they did a pretty good job. I thought that was going to be slaughtered, but they did a decent job of defending it. And here come Hydralisks out. I didn't even see a Hydralisk den go down. But now here's a carrier which is underneath a bunch of Marines, and as quickly as they took down that mothership, this carrier doesn't have much of a chance right now. Here comes reinforcing Stalkers, but Marauder Hydralisk, that's going to be a pretty hard counter to that. And they are going to beat a hasty retreat. So we check the units lost right now, and Contrarian took a huge loss from that, considering that NightClone lost a couple of carriers and a mothership, or was it just 1 carrier in that battle? The fact that Contrarian has lost the most, and NightClone has lost the... Well, no, I guess Tyler's lost the least, because all he did was lose Marine Marauder. But now we got a lot of Hydralisks out, and the response for this would be Robotech, I'm guessing. Robotech or just a ton more carriers, and keep them as far away from the Hydralisks as possible. And we are getting a factory now. I'm not sure what for. They've revealed the air. I mean, I guess if you don't want to deal with the mass carriers, or maybe... Oh, no, he needs to get the factory maybe just to get a starport. And it looks like he's building an expansion. So I hope he's doing this to get the starport, but it is very late to the party. If he's going to try to counter this with Vikings, he's got a long way to go. Eventually, oh, we're getting burrow and tunneling claws. Is he getting timing on this right? He's got about 85 seconds on this, and what he's got, a lot more on that. So yeah, he's got the timing okay on that. So it looks like he's going to get some burrowed roaches. Again, not going to do anything to carriers. And, oh, we're about to get another mothership, too. So, also not going to do anything against the mothership. But he has a decent amount of Hydras. No upgrades. Now, wait a minute. He's got double Evo chambers, and he's not researched a single upgrade. Does he even have the range for He doesn't have range for Hydras. He does have Roach Speed. Oh, no, he has Roach Speed queued up. So I'm not really quite sure what his objective is here, and we're getting the graviton catapult for the carrier so they can just bolt blast those interceptors out of there at lightning quick speed. And oh, this is going to be interesting. That's quite a bit of Hydralisks, but I don't know. I really couldn't say who's going to win this battle. This is a pretty small force. It could just come down to positioning, and here come the Hydralisks, and if those carriers can hit him while over this gap, that could be great. Oh, and here comes the Mothership, and do they have any detection? This Mothership's got to stay back. If the Mothership stays far enough back, they won't be able to focus her down. And no, the Hydralisks are going to run. No, pull back, pull back. You don't want to get caught out there if those Hydralisks decide to turn around. Okay, good, 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 good. So they are going to repel that. I think the Mothership showed up just in time, because I don't know. 4 carriers, I just don't know, and we'll never know. We'll be left wanting. So the Hydralisks are going to retreat back to the Watchtower, getting the Roach speed upgrade now. Oh, we're getting a Dark Shrine for Contrarian. Now, what happens if a Dark Templar is underneath a Mothership? Do they suddenly become uncloaked? No. Oh, well, here we go. Here's finally some upgrades. He's going to get the double upgrades for his Roach Hydra and the range upgrade for the Hydralisks, which is absolutely essential if this is the build you're going, although he's not currently producing any Hydralisks. And we're also getting some Blink out here for Contrarian, so Blink, Stalker, Dark Templar could be an interesting combination. And what do we got coming out here for Tyler? Looks like it's just Marine Marauder. Any upgrades on them? No upgrades. He does have Stim. And he does have Combat Shield. Does he have Marauder Slow? He does have Marauder Slow. So he got the special upgrades for his army, but he didn't get any of the attack or armor upgrades, which are so powerful for just about every unit that it's just you just got to get him. Does he even have an engineering bay? And I am not seeing one. He did get the starport. I don't see him using it yet. Let's check the units. Did he actually get any starport units? He did not get any starport units, but he does have the reactor starport, so he could start producing Viking or Medevac at any time. And it looks like NightClone has left the game, and maybe he timed out, so that's going to be quite unfortunate here. And has he got enough to deal against these against the Marines? They really got to focus down the Marines. The Mothership is losing its shields. If they can focus down the Marines, though, then they've got this. And here come the Stalkers from Contrarian. The Mothership's not dying nearly as fast as it was before, and now I don't think it's taking any damage, so they must have completely finished it off, and these Stalkers are not getting the benefit of the Mothership. And here come the Hydralisks for Seldrent. He's going to do pretty good against, well, although he's quite outnumbered, and his numbers are quickly thinning, so I think if Contrarian's on this on his own, he really, I think, has got to push it. Oh, we got some hidden roaches here for Seldrent, but look at this photon cannon wall! These roaches don't have a prayer, and they're just walking into a slaughter! It's a slow, slow death for Seldrent's burrowed roaches. And he doesn't even realize it. Oh, now he realizes it, but the slaughter has already commenced. And here comes Contrarian. Oh, we're getting an extra hatchery. Looks like we're getting a macro hatchery here for Seldrent, who apparently just does not have enough larvae. Double hatchery! But this is not the time to be building hatcheries, because he has got a pretty scary Protoss force in front of his base. Do we have any upgrades on it? No upgrades on the air army. Do we have any upgrades on the ground army? +1 attack. And I don't know if there's any Dark Templars in this army. Let's take a quick check. No, there are no Dark Templars in the army right now, but there is nothing here to do this, and there's not nearly enough production facilities to be able to pump out a force to kill this off. I mean, Marines and Hydralisks can do pretty well anti-air, but when you just don't have the production for it, and your army's dead, you just can't produce fast enough. And the fact that this expansion is going down shows me that this game is probably over. That's a nice scan, but I think it's going to be a bit late, and you need to be focused. You need to be forgetting this base and be moving in here to where all the units are trying to kill your air force. And he's going to close the door because, yeah, raising a supply depot is going to keep an army of carriers from getting into your base. You realize he could just move the Mothership here and then mass recall the Stalkers in if he really wanted to waste the energy on that. And he got one Viking out, but one Viking is not going to stop this. Not by a long shot. No, 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 no. And another scan for no other reason than just to see how much is, I guess just to see whether or not he should keep at this. So Tyler is going to give the GG, Seldrent's going to give the GG, and Contrarian's going to talk to nobody because he has no allies left in the game. So that was interesting. You don't often see a Mothership Rush, and the first one went down. It's funny how often you see a Mothership die and they instantly build another one, but you know, I guess you got the tech there, you might as well build it. So I hope you enjoyed this game. It was kind of interesting. Contrarian going mono a duo at the end there with a pretty scary army that his ally had built for him. So I hope you enjoyed this match on Discord 4, and have a day.